The wind whispered through the towering pines as my uncle and I ventured deeper into the vastness of the Laurentian Mountains of Quebec. The sun dipped below the horizon, leaving a canvas of twilight hues that painted the landscape with an eerie glow. The crunch of fallen leaves beneath our boots was the only sound, a stark contrast to the silence that hung heavy in the air. Uncle Arthur, a seasoned hunter with a weathered face etched with tales of the wilderness, led the way. His eyes, sharp as the blade he carried, scanned the dense forest for any sign of movement. I clutched my rifle, the cold steel offering little comfort against the encroaching darkness. As we pressed on, an unsettling feeling gnawed at my insides. The woods seemed to come alive with unseen eyes, watching our every move. I shook off the paranoia, attributing it to the unfamiliarity of the wilderness. Little did I know that the fear creeping into my bones was a prelude to the unimaginable horror that awaited us. The first night was uneventful, but an unsettling tension lingered in the air. We set up camp near a babbling brook, the gurgling water serving as an eerie lullaby. The crackling fire danced, casting shadows that seemed to morph into grotesque figures. The night was alive with the symphony of distant howls and rustling leaves. On the second day, our hunt led us deeper into the heart of the forest. The air grew thick with an otherworldly energy, and an unspoken understanding passed between my uncle and me. The wilderness was a realm of its own, and we were mere visitors in a kingdom ruled by ancient spirits. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a guttural growl echoed through the trees. My uncle froze, his eyes widening in disbelief. In the dim light, we saw it, a creature that defied nature itself. It stood on hind legs, with antlers that reached for the heavens. Its body contorted with spider-like movements, and its eyes glowed with an insatiable hunger. A scream erupted from the creature, a bone-chilling sound that pierced the silence of the forest. Panic seized us as we stumbled backward, our footsteps echoing through the haunted woods. We ran, fueled by pure instinct, leaving behind the unspeakable horror that lurked in the shadows. We dared not speak of the encounter, fearing that even uttering its name would summon the malevolent force that haunted the wilderness. But the memory clung to me like a vengeful spirit, refusing to be banished from my thoughts. Months passed, and the incident became a haunting secret between my uncle and me. Yet the lure of the Laurentian Mountains pulled me back. The need to confront the demons that lurked in the shadows outweighed the fear that gripped my heart. Alone in the wilderness, I pitched my tent near the same brook where our camp had stood months before. The air was thick with tension as night fell. I sat by the fire, the crackling flames casting flickering shadows that danced on the trees. And then I heard it, the guttural growl, the unmistakable scream that sent shivers down my spine. The creature emerged from the darkness, its eyes locking onto mine. The forest seemed to exhale, and time stood still. But instead of attacking, the Wendigo turned and vanished into the night. A whisper carried through the wind, a voice that echoed in my mind. Respect the wilderness, and it will spare you. As dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and gold, I emerged from the forest, forever changed by the encounter. The Wendigo's grasp had released me, leaving behind a lesson etched in my soul. The wilderness is not ours to conquer but to respect, for within its depths, ancient spirits roam, and some stories are better left untold. In the closing moments of my tale, dear listener, heed this advice. When you venture into the unknown, tread lightly, for the wilderness guards its secrets fiercely. Disrespect the balance, and you may find yourself entangled in a nightmare beyond imagination. The Wendigo's grasp is real, and its echoes linger in the silence of the untamed wilds. Darkness draped the Canadian Rockies like a heavy curtain, shrouding the towering pines and jagged peaks in an impenetrable black. Francisco and his loyal Shiba Inu, Gilman, set up camp near a crystal-clear lake, the stillness broken only by the gentle lapping of water against the shore. The day had been tranquil, a picturesque escape from the city's chaos, but as the sun dipped below the horizon, an ominous chill gripped the air. As night descended, the crackling campfire cast flickering shadows on the trees, the dancing flames unable to dispel the encroaching darkness. Francisco, nestled in his sleeping bag, listened to the distant hoots of owls and rustling leaves, feeling a sense of isolation that only intensified the eerie ambiance. Suddenly Gilman's ears perked up, his eyes focused on the impenetrable darkness beyond the campfire's glow. Low growls rumbled in his throat, alerting Francisco to an unseen threat. The tranquility shattered like glass as a bone-chilling breeze whistled through the trees. A guttural snarl echoed, a grotesque silhouette emerging from the shadows. Francisco's heart raced as he strained to discern the figure's features. It stood tall, humanoid yet distorted, a grotesque mockery of the human form. Its face, nose less impale, bore unnaturally large eyes that glowed with an otherworldly malevolence. A gaping mouth stretched across its face, devoid of lips, revealing rows of sharp, uneven teeth. Frozen in terror, Francisco clutched a hunting knife, his only defense against this nightmare-made flesh. The creature, its gaze fixed on him, took slow, deliberate steps forward. Each footfall sent a shiver down Francisco's spine. Summoning his courage, Francisco steeled himself for the impending confrontation. Gilman, teeth bared, mirrored his master's determination. With a primal roar, Francisco lunged at the abomination, slashing at its unnatural form. The blade met no resistance, passing through the creature like smoke. It let out an otherworldly wail, dissipating into the night as if it had never existed. Gasping for breath, Francisco surveyed the empty clearing. The creature was gone, leaving only the lingering echoes of its tormented cry. The once peaceful wilderness now felt tainted, a malevolent presence lingering in the air. Driven by an unsettling curiosity, Francisco decided to abandon his camp, leaving behind his belongings and flee into the night. He and Gilman raced through the dense forest, guided only by the dim moonlight filtering through the thick canopy. The chilling wails of the creature echoed in the distance, a haunting reminder that they were not alone. Days turned into nights as Francisco sought refuge in the safety of civilization. Sleep eluded him, plagued by the memory of the faceless entity. Determined to unravel the mystery, he armed himself with knowledge and returned to the Rockies, equipped with protective charms and ancient rituals. Yet as he ventured deeper into the wilderness, the line between reality and nightmare blurred. The haunting figure returned, each encounter more surreal and terrifying than the last. Francisco questioned his sanity, wondering if he had crossed into a realm where the normal laws of nature no longer applied. As the darkness threatened to consume him, Francisco stumbled upon a revelation. The creature was not a mere apparition, but a guardian of the untamed wilderness, a spectral entity protecting the secrets hidden within the ancient woods. In a heart-stopping twist, Francisco realized that the creature, though fearsome, meant no harm to those who respected the balance of nature. The story concludes with Francisco urging the listeners to approach the wild with reverence and caution, acknowledging that the line between reality and the supernatural is thin in the untamed expanses. He advises those who seek the solace of the Canadian Rockies to tread lightly, respecting the ancient spirits that call the wilderness home. As the screen fades to black, the lingering question remains. What otherworldly entities guard the secrets hidden in the heart of nature, waiting to reveal themselves to those who dare to explore the unknown? In the quiet heart of Manitoba's dense forests, my home sat snugly, nestled amongst the towering pines and the whispering shadows. Each night brought a chorus of eerie sounds, but one moonlit evening altered my entire world. As the clock whispered the witching hour, a symphony of peculiar noises drifted through the crisp air. My loyal companion, a rugged hound named Scout, growled low, sensing the disturbance. Armed with a shotgun, I ventured outside, swallowing the lump in my throat. The forest, usually my sanctuary, now seemed an ominous theater. The canopy shrouded the moon's glow, casting elongated silhouettes across the forest floor. Unnerved, I pushed forward, the rhythm of my heart an unsettling accompaniment to the symphony of the night. In the distance, a figure materialized, unearthly, grotesque. Its towering frame cast a looming shadow, and my breath caught in my throat. 3 heads, grotesquely stitched together, adorned the monstrous body. One head, unmistakably female, wore a hauntingly serene expression. The second, male, held an unyielding gaze. The third, a nightmarish amalgamation of indescribable features, sent shivers down my spine. Paralyzed with terror, I observed as it moved with an eerie grace, disappearing into the ink-black woods. My mind reeled, grappling with the inexplicable horror I had just witnessed. The night echoed with my panicked heartbeat, and Scout's protective stance by my side offered little comfort. Days turned to nights, and I fortified my home, barricading doors and windows. Sleep became a distant luxury as paranoia tightened its grip. I'd spend nights wide-eyed, listening intently for the faintest hint of a presence outside. In time, the local news stirred the haunting embers of that fateful encounter. A ghastly discovery. A lifeless body, mutilated and abandoned, bore eerie similarities to the abomination I had seen. The unsettling truth loomed larger than life. I wasn't alone in my encounter. And here is where my story bends, twisting into a warning, a plea to all who listen: fear that which cannot be explained. Lock your doors, secure your sanctuaries, for there are horrors lurking in the shadows, waiting for their moment to reveal the unthinkable. I live in constant dread, haunted by the night I stumbled upon the three-headed horror, a terror that defies all logic and reason. As the chilling night envelops the forest once more, I share this cautionary tale. Be wary, be vigilant, for the inexplicable lurks where we least expect, and the line between reality and nightmare is chillingly thin.